No one is really totally bad or totally good. We are a mix of all of it.
Luke, honestly, it is a
Hello, Steve.
genuine pleasure. Hello. It is a genuine pleasure to be speaking with you, Luke. I've grown up watching your films, and this is another just fabulous project. So thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you to remind me how old I am.
That's not what I meant, but there have been many great films. Let's
No,
put it
I'm
that way.
kidding. Thank you
Um,
so much.
Honestly, Dracula is so much fun. Why did you want to bring this story to life now?
No, in fact, I did Dogman with Caleb Landry Jones, and on the set of Dogman, we were already thinking about what we want to do next because I love this man. He's a genius, and I want to work with him again. So, on the process of finding some material, uh, Caleb cannot play just a simple doctor in a small town. Caleb is a Ferrari. You have to propose something else with lots of food. And Dracula is perfect for that because he goes for 400 years, 4th century, 27 different outfits, and it's full of violence and emotion and love. And so it's enough food for this kind of actor.
Yeah, he does a wonderful job, and he really steps into it, leans into the role, and uh,
I will never did the movie without him.
I understand why. I understand why. I would love to know from you, why do we still need Dracula today? He's no, it seems to me have made a bit of a comeback in recent years. Why do we still need him?
I think it's not Dracula, it's about the theme. Like everybody is dreaming to be eternal, but what's the point to be eternal if you don't have the people you love around you? And it's the dilemma. Like he's eternal, but he wants to die. He wants to die because he cannot live with his love. And I think it's this theme is eternal in a way, more than the character by itself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what I love about his performance here in this film is that the conversation around love borders or certainly has a dark side to it. So there's this line between love and obsession. And what do you think that line is for a character like this?
Oh yeah, that's you just put your finger in the heart of discussion with Caleb and me because and the priest because he said no, you don't love her, you're obsessed by her, and like when is it worth it when it's not? It's difficult. I think he loved her so much and it became an obsession because he probably have the guilt that it's because of him. So that's why he want to repair the situation because he lost his wife, but it's maybe his fault. So that's why he became obsessed because he wants to replay, he wants to redo the game. Like no, 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 no. I want to start again, and then that's when the obsession comes from.
Well, it's interesting you say it that way because that was one thing I wanted to ask you is, there's this conversation between Christoph's priest and Dracul,
Yeah,
and there's this tension between he says, I'm fighting God, and he says, no, you're fighting yourself. And I was wondering, what do you really think his greatest battle is?
I think he's biting himself. Like he's battling his faith. Because at the beginning of the film, he's ready to die for God. He's ready to kill for God. And then suddenly he rejects him. So the real question is, are you a believer or not? And that's the battle. That's so when the priest come and say, no, 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 you're not fighting God. You know, God is here to save you. and in his head is, it's terrible. And Caleb plays it so well. The scene with Christophe is, for me, the best scene in the movie. When he has the the weapon here and they talk, because the priest has no fear. And at this moment, Dracula is fearing the truth.
I love in this film, because talk about him battling his faith, is that God is a villain, but he's never really represented. Like it's this tension of other people telling him what God is saying and using him to do terrible things, but also trying to inspire him at the same time. It's a fascinating tension to walk. Why was that of interest to you to explore?
It's because it's always the interpretation. When you have this cardinal who say kill in the name of God, that's his will. That's the cardinal's will. How does he know that God asked for that? Because God, by definition, doesn't ask for anything. We have the free will. So man's kills man. God doesn't kill anyone.
A- Absolutely. I wonder, knowing this, in your mind, is Dracula a villain? He's always portrayed as the villain, but not in the same way here.
Dracula is a human. That's the thing. It's like, can we pretend always being the good guy? No. Are we always like deeply a villain? Is Leon is a villain? He's a killer. He doesn't know how to read and write. But in the same time, no one is able to save a little girl except Leon. So, yeah, it's the Beauty and the Beast. How can she fall in love with a beast? Because the beast is a human. So I love that. I love that to work on this matter. Like for example, I made this movie called Jeanne of Arc, and there's this trial of 8 months to decide if she's coming from devil or if she's coming from God. So how God and devil can be so close that you need 8 months to define if she's coming from one or the other. And I love this ambiguity, and I love to talk about that. No one is really totally bad or totally good. We are a mix of all of it.
I love that because it shows there's a complexity to life and to Dracula's character. I mean, we've seen him portrayed many different ways over the years, but this way there that really comes through. It really is something unique.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
and I love the look of the film too. I wanted to ask you this before we go: is what influenced your design of this sort of film? Because it really is something that feels fresh and fun.
I think when I was younger, I was scared of working with talented people because it's my movie. I want my. It's my movie. No, 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 no. I don't want you to interfere. And and then you get older, and then you understand that if you want to move a table, it's easier if you four people than you by yourself. So since a couple of years now, I surround myself with really creative and good people. Even if they are better than me, it doesn't bother me. But with these creative people, you let everyone to bring something. So every week we have a meeting, uh, costume design, set design, makeup artist, drawings, Caleb, me, and everyone was able to propose and bring stuff, bring things. Like for example, the color. We all decide together that the color of Dracula is the purple, because then the set designer say, okay, purple, what fit with purple? Color. So then now the costume and the set design starts to, meet, and Caleb, we talk about the guy. What's the specialty of Dracula? He's immortal, means he has time. So he's going to be slow. Why to be in a hurry? So he's going to walk slow, he's going to talk slow. And for example, also, when you're immortal, you cannot love anyone because they're going to die. So you restrain yourself for loving animals or loving people. So what can you love? Because you can't go through 400 years without loving anything. So what is going to love? Art. Art is immortal. So suddenly he loved music. He loved paintings, architecture, silk, jewelry. And he became a little bit of a dandy because, yeah, he can stay in the art. He can stay in this atmosphere. So it means that he's gonna let his femininity getting out a little bit more. And so, for example, Caleb was like trying to play a little bit at the beginning, like a few months before, and he started touching himself because he said, I want to feel the time. So the makeup artist, we say, give him something to touch. So he came back with pictures from iguanas, and then we built, a neck of an iguana with a lot of skin. So now Dracula can touch, his neck. It's all these things built little by little. We bring a coach from Romania, to find the voice. Dracula. The voice is very down, very low. But you don't want to be caricatural, so you need to find the right thing. Even the length, his height, we try with shoes, and then we try a little higher, and then suddenly, when it's a little higher, the movement, everything became like on a boat, a little bit. So if you change the shoes, it doesn't move the same way. So it's all this little thing. It's almost like an engine where you have to, put all the different things, the tires, the hydrodynamic. You have to work on everything to make it like good, you know.
Absolutely. And all the pieces come together. Honestly, Luke, thank you for chatting with me. It is such an honor, and I really do appreciate it.
Ah,
Have a
thank you so
wonderful
much.
day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.